Grade number 6, theory exam paper. The first task. We have to with you to identify the chord under the star, and we will use with you the Roman numerals. We can use any other recognized metal, but we have to write in between the stave. And now let's see with you. B flat. B flat and F is the last note, tells us about F major scale. We have to write the table for it. And now for the ending, we used usually perfect cadence. For diminished chords, we always repeat the middle note, and 6 we use only in version A. And repeat the middle note as well, like in diminished. Now I have to write all the name of the notes. If I have the line, I have to remember that this is the same chord, so I join them all together. And now the note F. F note belongs to the first chord, F, A, C. I know that F going to be repeated twice, and I should try to use the 1A because it's the end, and in the end I should to use the perfect cadence. So it's going to be the join between 1C, 5A and 1A. If I can fit it to it, I have to. It's the best option for the ending for this task. Then note F. F we can find with you in the first and fourth. Let's use with you the fourth. So it's going to be BDF, and the notes F we not used. So it can be either A or B inversion. Next one is the note E. E we can find in the third and as well in the seventh, in the fifth. But we remember with you that fifths cannot resolve to the fourth. So we can try with you the third in this case or the seventh. Let's use the third. Third rarely used, but we can use this as well. E note was used, so we can choose between inversion A or B. Let's use A inversion. Now we can find with you twice the D note, but we know with you that it belongs to the one chord. And let's use with you the fourth chord, B, D, F. D used, F we not used. For us left only inversion A in this case. Next one is the note G, which belong to the second and to the fifth. So we remember that fifths cannot resolve to the fourth, so we have to use with you second only, G, B, and D. Again, we have to choose between inversions. Then note A, we can find with you in the first, third, and sixth. So I will stop on the first, because we used with you the fourth, we used with you the sixth. Let's use the first, F, A, C. A and C we cross, so for us left A inversion. Next note is B, belong to the second, seventh. So let's use the seventh, and seventh is diminished, so I remember for diminished chord I have to repeat the middle note, so B note is used, and I can use seventh B. A note I can find in the sixth. Six is no problem to use in the middle. D, F, A. In the six I use the middle repetition and only inversion A. Note G belong to the sixth, to the seventh. Seventh was used before, but I know the fifth and the sixth gives me the interrupted cadence. It's very good option for the middle as well. So we can use with you fifths, and going to be the notes C, E, and G, where G was used, and I used 5A. It's the best join for the interrupted cadence. Note A we can find with you in the third or the first. I will choose the first. It's going to be first A because A note was used in the top. F and B, these two notes which belong to the one chord, so I will use the fourth for it, and inversion B. Next one is note E. In this case I will again use the third one, A, C, E, and E was used, so let's use the third A. The last note is C and F together, which belongs to the first chord, 1A for the beginning. Let's check with you the next task. So this task we have to avoid, and the next task to write 4 parts voices for the SATB. Again, we have to recognize with you the scale, so it's going to be 3 sharps, and the accidental we can find in the numbers. It tells us about the minor, so it's going to be F sharp minor, and remind you that 5-3 repeat the bottom, 6-3 repeat bottom of the top, 6-4 the top. So this sharp is going to be the raised of the 7. Always we have to include E sharp. The bottom note is F, so it's 5/3 chord, F, F, A, C. So I will use the wider join between them to have enough space to complete the middle note. So it's going to be like this. And then I have the sharp. The sharp belongs to the note E. So it's going to be C, C, E sharp, and G. So I try to find the closest solution for the middle voices. I try to leave them on the same place. And it's going to be like this. Next one is the note B. B, D, F. It's a 5/3 chord. So B, B, D, F. So B once used. D we can write next to the C, then note F for the soprano and B for the alto. Let's see with you the next one. The next one will be start from the A. It's the chord number 6, F, F, A, C, C. A was used, so we have to use twice F or twice the C. I propose to use twice the F note. Then we have with you to follow this C as like the principal note. So it's going to be C, C, E sharp, and G. And C I can leave on the same place, G closer to the F, and E sharp closer to the F on the top. Next we have D note, it's the 6th chord, so it B, B, D, F, F. So B, D we have used, F we can write on the top, B for the alto, and we have choose between B and F. I will choose the F, F closer to the G. Always remember about the rhythm. Next note is D, it's 5/3 chord, D, D, F, A. So once D we used, let's F leave on the same place, keep the rhythm. Then we can find with you the D and A for the alto and soprano. Next one, the note F, main one. Then it's chord number 5/3, so it's F, F, A, C. F once we have used, another F we leave on the same place. Then we have with you the note A and C. A as well on the same place, C move. Next chord starts from the D, it's the 5/3 chord, D, D, F, A. And F we leave on the same place, A we leave with you as well on the same place, and D for the soprano. Next it's starting from the C, it's going to be with the E sharp. So once C we used, E sharp we can write for the tenor. Remember about the sharp, then G for the alto and C for the soprano. Here we can find with you two parallel fourths. Two parallel fourths is allowed for the examples. So 6/4 chord starting from the C tells us about F, A, C, C. Once C we used, then C we can leave on the same place. Next A and the F for the tenor. Here we have it start from the B, so it's going to be G, G, B, D, D. And let's see, D for the soprano, then G for the alto, and the note G again for the tenor, it's the closest to the F. Next starts from the A, it's going to be F, F, A, C, C. A was used, so let's try to use another F for next to the G, C next to the in soprano, and F in the tenor. And here we have with you F, F, A, C. So here we have with you F twice already and A, C. So now give for it the rhythm and let's check with you. So what is the problem I have here? I have to erase the top one because I find there the 2/5, 2 consecutive fifths. So that's why we can try with you another option for it. So it's going to be G, G, B, and D. So B we have used, D for the soprano, or G for the soprano, even we can use another G for the alto, and D for the tenor. Like this, melody is more developed. Then A we have F, F, A, and C. It's going to be with the F on the top, with the A on the alto. We cannot write with you here the F. Why? Because it will give for us 2 octaves, 2 parallel octaves. 2 parallel octaves, it's not good way for this. So we have to try to find with you another option. So for example, F and C. because we can choose between double F and between double C. We will choose with you double C in this case. So just carefully write it one above another. Always remember to keep the line. Next we have with you, here we can change to the D, but in this case we will find two consecutive fifths. So not well, any option. You can see that it's my third option already, and it can be like this. So FFAC, and we leave as much as we can on the same place. Join them all in the rhythm given for us. It's going to be 3 quavers for each voice. Okay, like this we complete with you this task. Next task tells us about the composition. So here in composition we have to make with you the modulation to the relative minor in 8 bars at the performance direction and all other what you think going to be useful for melody. First of all, we have to rewrite with you the given extract, given opening. It's in 2/4, so we have to rewrite all performance direction as well. The first opening, first 2 bars almost given for us, and here they are complete, and we have to add with you 8 more bars. Remember that you have to subdivide your melody on 2 phrases, 4 plus 4. So here we have to use second or fourth, then fifth. Then we have to repeat with you in bar number 5, the bar number first, the first bar, number 1, then pivot chord, then the fifth and the first in the new scale. Just it's going to be minor, remember. Let's see with you. 3 flats belong to the E flat major, and like we goes to the relative minor, it's going to be C minor. And we have to write with you the tables for both of these scales. When we will write the tables, it will make for us easier other all steps. So first of all, when we will complete with you the table, we have to find the pivot chord. Just to remember that in the C minor, we always use the harmonic form. So it's going to be 3 flats, but in C minor, we include B natural because we used always harmonic form for the minor. Let's see. E, G, and B. E, G, and B is the first, then third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, diminished always. And first smaller because it's the minor, and the chords has the different options, the different major and minor way. Let's see, E, G, and B, it's not works. F, A, and C works. F, A, and C is the chord number 2 in the major and chord number 4 in the minor scale. It's going to be our pivot chord, and we will use it here. So let's start. Here we have to work with you with the fourth chord. I would like to use it because the fourth chord will be used for the pivot. And the notes which are belong to it, it's A, C, E. We remember with you that when we make with you the composition, we have to follow the rhythm which is given for us before. We have to follow as well the changes between descending and ascending way. If you have the jump down, you have to fill it up after by the gradual opposite move. If you jump down, you're gradually going up. If you jump up, you're gradually going down. But you have to remember that your strongest note, like in our case A, C, and E, should fall on the strong beat on 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, so we always try to follow this. Then fifth chord is B, D, F, and again we write with you the strong notes on the strong beat. And now we will try to fill up the space in between. We as well have to try to keep the rhythm which was used in the opening. So here I propose for you to change the pitch for the bar number 5. So it's going to be the same notes, just it will be 1 octave higher. It as well we can belong to the changes. Then the pivot chord. The pivot chord is the second FAC, and again we write down the FAC on the strong beats, and we try to fill up the space in between. So here we have to pretend with you the rhythm by ourselves, and to make it a little bit more movable because this already the uh, place where you developed, where you have the highest point, where you have the changes. And remember to include the B natural, because B natural gives us the reason about the C minor. So when I go down, you can see that I jump down. Then I feel this by the gradual move. Now I am in C minor and I follow the fifths from the C minor. It's going to be the notes G, B natural, and D. And I will make here the same rhythm, and I can find that I can try to make this sequence. I hope you remember that the sequence is the place where you have one of the melody, and this melody, this bar, you repeat exactly the same or with the small changes in the next bar from the other pitch. The last one, the last bar, you have to remember that you have to include the last note, so the tonic note C, as like the longest in this extract. So try to do it. And to include the B natural, which makes for us the very high tension to the last note. Then you erased everything what was should be not useful for you. It's all your help stuff. And then you add the performance direction. Remember that you can add the slurs next to the gradual move. You can add the accents, jumps, staccato, legato, and performance direction, forte, diminuendo, crescendo, and all others things. As well, we have to write with you the tempo mark. Always the tempo mark is given beginning. So as well to erase all after.